Welcome to Soft Light Through Linen Curtains, a tranquil and comforting sleep story designed to guide you into a peaceful night's rest. If you are enjoying this gentle journey and wish to experience more stories like this, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more calming content. Before we immerse ourselves in Sarah's quiet morning, we will begin with a brief breathing guidance to help you unwind and prepare for the soothing narrative ahead. If you prefer to go directly to the story, you can find the chapter timestamps in the description below. Now, find a comfortable position, allowing your body to settle deeply into your bed. Feel the softness of your pillows and blankets enveloping you, creating a haven of comfort. Let go of any tension you might be holding on to, allowing your muscles to soften and relax. This is your time to release the day and welcome the serenity of the evening. Let the gentle rhythm of Sarah's morning routine wash over you, guiding you towards a state of deep relaxation. Let's take a calming breath together. Gently inhale through your nose, allowing the air to fill your lungs slowly and completely. Feel the gentle coolness of the air as it enters, and then exhale slowly and softly through your mouth, like a gentle sigh of contentment. With each breath, imagine the soft, diffused light of dawn filling your body, bringing with it a sense of peace and tranquility. Visualize the gentle sway of linen curtains in a soft breeze, the warmth of the morning sun on your skin, and the quiet stillness of a peaceful home. Let these images fill your mind with serenity. If your thoughts begin to wander, that is perfectly natural. Simply acknowledge them gently, like passing clouds in a calm sky, and then softly redirect your attention back to your breath or the sound of my voice. There is nothing you need to do now except listen and allow the story of Sarah's quiet morning to carry you towards sleep. Feel the gentle rhythm of the day beginning, the slow and peaceful unfolding of morning. Let it soothe your mind and body, releasing any worries or concerns. Allow yourself to be embraced by the tranquility of the morning light. Now, let us begin our journey into Sarah's peaceful apartment, where the soft light through linen curtains awaits to guide you into a restful and rejuvenating sleep. Chapter 1. The Awakening Light. The first hint of dawn was a subtle lightening of the darkness, a gradual softening of the deep indigo of night towards a gentler, more muted hue. Sarah lay still in her bed, eyes closed, yet sensing the shift in the atmosphere. It was not a sudden awakening, but a slow, almost imperceptible stirring of the world outside, mirrored by a gentle stirring within her own consciousness. The room was enveloped in a profound quiet, a stillness that held the promise of a new day, yet lingered in the peace of the night just past. She could feel the soft weight of the cotton sheets and duvet against her skin, a comforting pressure that grounded her in the present moment. The air was cool, carrying a faint freshness that hinted at the morning dew gathering on the leaves outside her window. There was no urgency in this awakening, no abrupt alarms or jarring sounds, only the quiet invitation of the nascent day. A deep sense of peace settled over her, a feeling of being held in the stillness before the world began to stir. Slowly, almost reluctantly, Sarah's eyelids fluttered open. The room was still dim, yet a faint, diffused light was beginning to permeate the linen curtains that hung at her window. The fabric, a soft, natural flax color, muted the emerging sunlight, casting a warm, gentle glow across the bedroom. It was not a harsh, intrusive light, but a soft, embracing luminescence that promised a peaceful start to the day. She stretched languidly, her body still heavy with sleep, yet beginning to awaken. Her arms reached above her head, extending and lengthening, feeling the subtle pull in her muscles as they gradually released the night stillness. She flexed her fingers and toes, noticing the gentle tingle of returning circulation as her body prepared to greet the day. Turning her head slightly, she could see the outlines of familiar objects in her room, the soft curve of the bedside lamp, the rectangular shape of her bookshelf, the gentle drape of clothes over the chair in the corner. Everything was softened by the muted light, bathed in a tranquil ambiance that invited a slow and gentle awakening. From somewhere in the distance, she heard the soft, tentative chirping of birds, the earliest risers of the avian world announcing the coming dawn. The sounds were faint, almost whispers, carried on the still morning air, adding to the overall sense of quietude and peace. It was a gentle melody, a natural lullaby transitioning into a morning serenade. She took a deep, slow breath, inhaling the cool, fresh air and exhaling slowly, releasing any lingering traces of sleepiness. With each breath, she felt herself becoming more present, more aware of the gentle sensations of her body and the quiet beauty of the emerging morning light. The air seemed still and calm, yet alive with the subtle energy of a new day beginning. For a few moments, she simply lay there, allowing herself to fully awaken in this peaceful atmosphere, absorbing the gentle light, the quiet sounds, and the overall sense of tranquility. There was no rush, no demand, just the invitation to slowly and mindfully greet the day, starting with this soft, gentle awakening into the embrace of the morning light. She felt a deep sense of gratitude for this quiet moment, this peaceful transition from night to day, and a soft light through the linen curtains continued to grow subtly and gradually, painting the room in ever gentler hues of dawn. It was a slow, peaceful unfolding, a visual caress that promised a day filled with the same quiet tranquility that had begun with this gentle awakening. Chapter 2. The Gentle Sounds of Morning. With a soft sigh, Sarah swung her legs over the side of the bed, her feet landing on the cool, smooth surface of the wooden floorboards. The wood was aged and polished, cool to the touch, yet holding a subtle warmth from the house's interior. As she stood, The floorboards creaked softly beneath her weight, a gentle, familiar sound that was part of the quiet symphony of her home. She moved towards the window, drawn by the growing light and the subtle sounds of the awakening neighborhood. Each step was deliberate and unhurried, allowing her to fully experience the simple act of moving through her quiet space. The air in the room was still and peaceful, carrying a faint scent of clean linen and wood, a comforting and familiar aroma. Reaching the window, she gently pushed aside the linen curtains, allowing the morning light to flow more freely into the room. The effect was subtle, yet transformative, as the soft, diffused light now illuminated the room more fully, revealing the gentle colors and textures of her bedroom. The world outside the window was slowly coming into focus. She unlatched the window and pushed it open, the hinges moving smoothly and quietly. A rush of fresh morning air flowed into the room, carrying with it the sounds of the awakening neighborhood. The air was cool and crisp, invigorating and refreshing, carrying the scent of damp earth and distant blossoms. The sounds were gentle and muted, a quiet hum of activity that was just beginning to stir. From a distance, she could hear the faint hum of a car engine, a low, almost rhythmic sound that spoke of someone starting their day. Closer by, there was the distinct rhythmic clip-clop of hooves on pavement, the sound of a horse-drawn carriage making its way down the street, a charming and old-fashioned sound in the quiet morning air. Mixed with these sounds was the cheerful melody of birdsong, now more pronounced than before, a chorus of early morning greetings filling the air. Robins, sparrows, and finches sang their individual songs, weaving together a harmonious and joyful soundscape. It was a natural symphony, a gentle and uplifting start to the day. She leaned slightly out the window, breathing deeply, allowing the fresh morning air to fill her lungs. The air felt clean and pure, washing away any lingering traces of sleepiness and filling her with a sense of renewed energy. She closed her eyes for a moment, simply listening to the gentle sounds and feeling the cool air on her skin. Looking down, she noticed the dewdrops clinging to the leaves of the plants in her window box below. Each tiny droplet was perfectly formed, reflecting the soft morning light like miniature jewels. They sparkled and shimmered, catching the light and scattering it in gentle, iridescent flashes. It was a small, subtle detail, yet filled with a quiet beauty. As she continued to listen and observe, a sense of deep peace settled over her. The gentle sounds of morning, the fresh air, the soft light all combined to create a tranquil and harmonious atmosphere. It was a moment of quiet wonder, a reminder of the simple beauty that could be found in the everyday if one only took the time to notice and appreciate it. This gentle awakening of the world outside mirrored her own gentle awakening within, a peaceful and harmonious start to the day. Chapter 3. The Ritual of Tea. Leaving the window open to allow the fresh morning air to continue to circulate, Sarah turned and made her way towards the kitchen. The wooden floorboards continued to creak softly underfoot, a comforting and familiar sound that accompanied her through her home. The soft morning light now reached further into the apartment, illuminating the hallway and casting gentle shadows. The kitchen was bathed in a soft, warm light, the sunlight filtering through the sheer curtains at the kitchen window. It was a cozy and inviting space, filled with a familiar sense of home, a hint of wood from the cabinets, a subtle fragrance of herbs from the small potted plants on the windowsill. Everything was in its place, tidy and peaceful, ready for the day to begin. She moved to the countertop where her kettle sat, a brushed stainless steel model that reflected the soft light. Picking it up, she walked to the sink and turned on the tap, the sound of water filling the metal kettle, a gentle, rhythmic white noise. The water was cool and clear, sparkling as it flowed into the kettle, promising the warmth and comfort of a cup of tea. While the kettle filled, she turned to the cabinet where her teacups were stored. Opening the cabinet door, she gazed at the collection of cups, each one unique and special in its own way. She ran her fingers lightly over the smooth surfaces, considering her choice for the morning. Her hand settled on her favorite cup, a delicate ceramic piece with a soft cream color and a subtle floral pattern of pale blue forget-me-nots. Taking the cup from the cabinet, she held it in her hands, admiring its gentle curves and the smooth, cool texture of the ceramic. The cup felt perfectly balanced in her hand, a comforting weight and shape. She turned it slowly, watching how the soft morning light played across its surface, highlighting the delicate floral design. The sound of the kettle reaching a boil filled the kitchen, a soft, high-pitched whistle that was both gentle and insistent. She placed her chosen teacup on the countertop and turned off the kettle, the whistling ceasing abruptly, leaving a sudden quiet in its wake. The kitchen was now filled with the gentle sound of bubbling water as the kettle cooled slightly. Carefully lifting the kettle, she poured the steaming hot water into her teacup, the fragrant steam rising upwards in delicate wisps. She had already placed a tea infuser filled with loose-leafed chamomile tea into the cup, and the hot water immediately began to steep the leaves, releasing their calming aroma. The scent of chamomile filled the kitchen, a soothing and herbal fragrance that promised relaxation and peace. She watched as the tea steeped, the water slowly changing color, turning a gentle golden hue. The steam continued to rise, carrying the fragrant aroma and gently warming her face. She closed her eyes for a moment, simply inhaling the soothing scent and feeling the warmth of the steam, allowing herself to be fully present in this simple, comforting ritual. After allowing the tea to steep for a few minutes, she carefully removed the infuser and placed it aside. She lifted the teacup to her lips, feeling the warmth of the ceramic against her hands and the gentle heat of the tea against her lips. She took a slow, deliberate sip, savoring the warm, soothing flavor of chamomile, letting it spread through her mouth and down her throat, feeling a sense of calm and comfort with each sip. With her steaming mug of tea in hand, she was ready to move to the next peaceful moment of her morning, carrying the warmth and fragrance of chamomile with her. Chapter 4: Sunrise and Stillness. Carrying her steaming mug of chamomile tea, Sarah walked from the kitchen to the living room, the gentle floral aroma preceding her. The living room, like the rest of her apartment, was bathed in the soft, diffused morning light, now a little brighter as the sun continued to rise. The room felt warm and inviting, a haven of peace and tranquility. She settled onto the window seat in the living room, a cozy nook nestled beneath the large window that overlooked the street. The window seat was cushioned with soft pillows and a warm, knitted throw, creating a comfortable and inviting space. She arranged the pillows behind her back, finding a comfortable position, and settled in with her tea. From her vantage point on the window seat, she had a clear view of the street outside and the gradual awakening of the neighborhood. The sun was now fully risen, casting long, soft shadows across the street and illuminating the leaves of the trees lining the sidewalk. The light was still gentle and diffused, creating a warm and peaceful ambiance. She watched as a neighbor across the street emerged from their house, carrying a watering can. It was Mr. Henderson, an elderly gentleman who lived alone and took great pride in the way the light played on the leaves. The gentle sounds of the neighborhood stirring, the small acts of everyday life unfolding. Each detail was small and ordinary, yet together they created a tapestry of peaceful beauty. She closed her eyes for a moment, focusing on the gentle rhythm of her breath and the feeling of calm in her body. The warmth of the tea in her hands, the soft pillows supporting her back, the quiet sounds of the morning all combined to create a sense of deep relaxation and inner peace. She felt completely at ease, present in the moment, and grateful for the simple joys of her morning routine. The sunrise was now fully established, the soft light bathing the room in a warm golden glow. The world outside was gradually awakening, yet within her living room a sense of stillness and peace remained, a tranquil haven from the busyness of the day yet to come. She lingered in this moment of quiet wonder, appreciating the beauty of the sunrise and the peaceful start to her day. Chapter 5: A Mindful Start. Finishing the last of her chamomile tea, Sarah placed the empty mug gently on the small table beside the window seat. The warmth of the mug had lingered in her hands, a comforting sensation that now slowly faded, leaving a feeling of gentle relaxation. The aroma of chamomile still lingered faintly in the air, a subtle reminder of the soothing ritual she had just enjoyed. She sat quietly for a few moments longer, allowing the peace and stillness of the morning to fully permeate her being. She turned her attention inwards, noticing the gentle rhythm of her breath, the rise and fall of her chest, the subtle flow of air in and out of her lungs. Her breath was slow and even, a natural rhythm that grounded her in the present moment. She focused on the sensations in her body, noticing the feeling of ease and relaxation that had settled over her. Her muscles were relaxed, her mind was calm, and her spirit felt quiet and centered. She consciously released any remaining tension in her shoulders, her jaw, and her forehead, allowing her body to become even more relaxed and at ease. She brought her attention to her thoughts, observing them without judgment or engagement. Thoughts drifted through her mind like clouds passing across the sky, but she simply watched them go, without getting caught up in their stories or emotions. She allowed her thoughts to come and go freely, maintaining a state of quiet observation and detachment. As she sat in stillness, she became aware of the quiet clarity of her mind. The morning routine had cleared away any mental clutter, leaving a sense of spaciousness and openness. Her mind felt calm and focused, ready to approach the day with clarity and intention. This quiet moment of reflection had created a sense of inner peace and mental clarity. She felt a deep sense of gratitude for the simple beauty of the morning, for the soft light, the gentle sounds, and the comforting ritual of tea. She was grateful for her peaceful home, for the quiet rhythm of her daily life, and for the opportunity to start each day with mindfulness and intention. These simple joys filled her heart with contentment and appreciation. She slowly stretched her arms above her head again, feeling the gentle stretch in her muscles and the renewed energy flowing through her body. She took a few deeper breaths, inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly, filling her lungs with fresh air and releasing any lingering traces of stillness. Her body felt awake and energized, yet still calm and relaxed. With a gentle smile, Sarah rose from the window seat, carrying the sense of tranquility and mindfulness with her. She felt ready to move into the rest of her day, grounded in the peace of her morning routine, and prepared to face whatever the day might bring with a calm and centered mind. The soft light through the linen curtains continued to fill the room, a gentle and peaceful reminder of the tranquility she had found in the quiet stillness of the morning, a tranquility she would carry with her throughout the day. So 30